Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're taking a look at a very special book indeed. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or Sorcerer's Stone, the MinaLima edition. Let's get right into it. Alright, so here's the book right here. Some brief information about this book. It retails for $37.99 in the US, and it was published in 2020. So this, of course, is the MinaLima edition of Harry Potter and Sorcerer's Stone. It is their edition. If you don't know who MinaLima is, they are the graphic designers that designed all of the Harry Potter artwork for the movies. So things like this Daily Prophet print right here and the Marauders map, all that were done by them. So this is their take on Philosopher's Stone, and it's not just another text block, it is a pop-up book. So I'm going to show you the outside first, and then we'll get right into the inside. So on the front cover here, we have some beautiful gold foiling on it. It says designed and illustrated by MinaLima. And it's got a stylized version of Hogwarts back here, and Harry, Ron, and Hermione sitting down here, and looks like an owl flying above here. Something to be noted is that all this gold foiling around here is inset into the book, even the title right here. So when you run your finger across it, it feels like it's indented in. It's also printed on what feels like kind of like a thick canvas or something. I mean, it has a really interesting texture. On the side here, it says Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Year 1. And looks like maybe a Tower of Hogwarts right here. And it's this railing at the top, of course, and the Scholastic logo is at the bottom. And then on the back is just some information about the book itself. So the barcode's down here, of course, the Scholastic logo, the price, the Wizarding World logo, and then just some contents up inside. All of this around here, too, is also inset into the book. It feels really, really nice. So let's get into the book itself. Here's the book right here. Flipping open the first page, has this little sheet right here, and this actually comes attached to the back of the book. So something to be noted real quick is that these books don't have dust covers with them. They come in plastic bags, like a sealed plastic bag, and that's where you find them in stores. So if you're buying it in person, make sure it's the plastic bag on there, because otherwise, if it doesn't, someone might have already touched it or flipped through it or does something along those lines. If you buy it online, it should have all the necessary packaging, but just something to be aware of. So inside the bag, this was attached to the back cover right here. But of course, that comes off. I like to keep things like this. I find them interesting. So getting the book itself open, we're greeted with this nice print on the inside here. It looks like a wizard or a witch flying on a broomstick, and there's stars and stuff all around them. Next page shows Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Has the Hogwarts logo right here. Next one is some other works by J.K. Rowling, as well as Sorcerer's Stone designed by MinaLima. Some dedications right here, the copyright information on this page. This is a first printing. The table of contents, and then the first chapter title page. So I love this. So the majority of this book does have illustrations on it, but every single chapter page has an illustration like this. These are gorgeous. What I specifically appreciate is Wizarding World has been releasing the illustrated editions of the main 7 books. So they've got an up through Goblet of Fire right now, and they're working on Order of the Phoenix. So those are illustrated by Jim Kay, and they're square books. They're very large. I've done reviews on the channel of those. These ones, however, are much different. These are more book-sized. The artwork in here, I would say, is definitely more stylized, whereas Jim Kay takes a more realistic approach to the artwork overall. I think they both have amazing qualities. They're both super cool. So yeah. So like I said, there's illustrations on most of the pages in here. So just flipping through chapter 1, you can kind of get an idea of different illustrations they've got. This one's really pretty. They got some lemon drops on here. And then this book also has pop-up features in it. So these pieces of thick card paper come out, and you can choose to keep them in there or take them out. I like keeping them in there because it protects these. And I appreciate they put that in there because you're going to see in a second when I open this up. This is Dumbledore's watch. And it has a little piece of metal right here that holds all this together. This is the moving function. How cool is that? It moves around. But this little piece of metal holds all of this together so it can spin like this. But if the book gets squished or anything, this little piece of metal will damage a ton of pages going forward. Probably 9 or 10 pages easily, to be completely honest. Because I've seen, little bits like this happen in books before where they haven't put these cardstocks in there. And it's just damaged a ton of pages. So you can see it's kind of dented. This compass part right here is a little indent right there. But, it doesn't go through it, and it doesn't touch any of these other pages. So this whole thing can flip over too. So that is the first... It's the first illustration. So to put this back in, toss that in there like that. And this other one goes in between there. So yeah, I will find some more of them and show you those in just a second. So I'm not going to go through and show each one of the illustrations. I don't want to spoil them for you all, but this is one of the cooler ones. So this is the fat lady, which of course sits in front of the Gryffindor common room, and this whole thing flips over to reveal the common room on the inside, and even the back of it is detailed to look like a portrait. But what's super neat is if you watch your eyes, if you move this, you can make them move back and forth. How cool is that? They really have thought of everything in this book. So this is one of the other notable pop-up functions of this book. This is chessboard. So I'll flip it up so you can see it. So of course there's Harry, Ron, and Hermione in the invisibility cloak, getting ready to face off against all of the chess pieces. At the end, there is a beautiful illustration of the Hogwarts Express right here, about the author and about the illustrator pages, acknowledgements, and then of course that same inner printing that we saw before with the broomsticks and stars, and then the back cover. So overall, this is a truly amazing book. If you're interested in, pop-up books or Harry Potter artwork or anything, I would pick this one up. It's almost a $40 book. You can probably find it for a good deal somewhere else, but I think it's totally worth it. There are so many amazing things in here. So yeah, they have thought of every detail. Even the binding here, this binding right here, you can't really tell on the camera, but this is gold. It is gold tinted binding. They have literally thought of every single thing you could think of when designing a pop-up book. It's beautiful. The gold foiling is amazing. I love it. It feels super high quality. I cannot say enough good things about this book. So I'd pick it up if I were you. If you are intending on reading this to a younger child, I would definitely recommend this one too, as well as the Jim Kay illustrated ones, because both of those are amazing. If you are trying to decide in between getting this book and the Jim Kay edition of Philosopher's Stone / Sorcerer's Stone, I would still say get the Jim Kay version. I find those... for me, I find the artwork in those more appealing if you're getting it specifically to have an illustrated edition of a Harry Potter book. If you're looking specifically to have more interactive functions, definitely get this. If you're looking for a more reasonable sized book, get this one. If you really like the artwork, definitely get this one. But just in my opinion, I would still, if you were choosing between them, I would still get the Jim Kay version. But yeah, that's all I can say for this. It's a super cool book. You get it, you're going to find so many cool things in it. And yeah, that's it. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. This book is just so cool. It's loaded with so many amazing things. So yeah. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like and give me a subscribe. It really helps. And if you have any questions or comments, leave those in the towel section down below. But without further ado, that's about it for me for now. I'll see you again later. All right, peace out. Bye.